Guys, Deluded Guna, YouTube's and Golo Kante, Merry Christmas. If you're now seeing this, is Christmas Day. I know this time last year I did player ratings, but I've actually thought let me hold that until New Year's because it's the end of the year. We could see where we've gone so far in the season. So yeah, in fact, I don't even know the point of this vid. I was just in a reflective mood and I feel I owe it to you guys to give my own personal reflection on the season so far in regards to Arsenal. So for me, I'd say there's many things wrong, some that we've known for years, some that have just now appeared. I mean, at times we played some decent football, at times we played some horrible football. I always tell you guys Arsenal will turn up 5 times a year. We've turned up in about 3 games, so there's 2 games left. But for me, and I'll allude to it later, stats don't back it up, but I don't think we're taking chances and I don't think we're breaking down sides good enough. And another thing for me, an overriding factor on our away form and cheap mistakes / cheap goals at either end, to be honest. I mean, we don't take our chances at the opposition's end, but cheap mistakes have cost us. It's cost us several times. Again, we'll get to it. But yeah, man. Like I said about breaking sides down, I mean, stats don't back it up, and this is why I always say stats don't tell the true story, because I believe we're fourth when it comes to goals scored. We've got 34, while for shots, we're taking we're second on 337, and I think the only side ahead of us is City, and City are cool because that stat, they're shooting a lot and they're scoring a lot. Us, we're not. I think United have more goals than us. City have more goals than us. I'm pretty sure we're probably around third or level with Liverpool, behind Liverpool, in fact. So we're third or fourth. I don't know, to be honest with you. Stats don't back it up. Stats, if it shows you we're shooting a lot, stats show you we're shooting a lot and scoring a decent amount of goals. Where for me, we know we're trying to be too precise. We've known this for time. We'll work it one side. If it doesn't happen, we'll work it the other side. That don't happen, we'll keep doing it. We need to be more direct, especially away from home, because when you look at our away form, it's the way we approach it. We're not ferocious enough. We don't strike enough fear into the opposition fans, apart from the Everton game, and that's probably why we have woeful away form, which is another problem of ours. Cheap mistakes and cheap goals. I mean, how many times have we been here? Have I been here and sat here and said, Mertesacker versus Watford, silly mistakes. Mertesacker versus Everton, silly mistakes. Mertesacker versus Southampton, silly mistakes. I'm not just digging out Mertesacker. We know he's not up for it. The Southampton and Watford result where we didn't win. Watford, you could say Xhaka was involved, Monreal, a lot of men were involved, but the overriding factor has been Mertesacker. Stop starting him in games. I mean, in reality, Mertesacker is actually third, fourth choice, and we've got Holding, Bielik's injured, but him to a degree, and Chambers. Like, what is going on? This is too much of a, how do I put it? It's almost like how you see in society, older people don't want to let go of positions. It's like we're an old age pensioner club. We're just a retirement home. Mertesacker clearly has shown he can play the cup thing. He's not ready. He's not got it anymore. Monreal's not a centre half. What is all of this? We're doing the wrong things. And it's come to shoot us in the foot. Monreal's made a lot of mistakes. I swear that Czech has proved he's finished as well. He's had a good season on a large part, so is Koscielny, but them two are showing they're declining. Czech, how many times have we got to see the same mistake? He did it against Everton. He did it against Liverpool. There's games where he could have... There's been games, if I go and check my review, where he could have dealt with it in his near post and things like that. Twice versus Liverpool as well. Just silly mistakes. You look at the United game, silly mistakes. Opening moments, Mustafi and Koscielny, silly mistakes. Liverpool, they scored there were some great counters by them, but who gifted them that? Us. Silly mistakes at home. So like, yeah, man, it's nonsense. Like, of course, to a degree, we need to keep balance, and it's important to remember we've got 10 wins. We're level with Spurs. We've got more than Liverpool, although Liverpool are ahead of us. The only good thing is that Liverpool dropped points, obviously Spurs won. Chelsea dropped points as well. I mean, from 5th where we are, I believe, to Liverpool, there's a point separating 3 teams, and I've told you, it's Spurs, Liverpool and Arsenal fighting for that 4th spot or whatever, barring a miracle that Chelsea mess up, and hell, I'd love it if United messed up too, but ain't gonna happen, is it? Like, we're just doing nonsense. We sit 5th, 6th, like I've said. Yeah, we're trying to be too precise. Like I've said, the shots and the goals where we rank might not tell the story, but when you consider Lacazette hasn't scored in a couple of games and he's our 8th, he's our highest goal scorer on 8. That's ridiculous, isn't it? It shows we've got, and I've also said we need different goal scorers, and I do believe that. But when you consider Ramsey's got goals this year, Ozil, Lacazette, Alexis hasn't been firing, but him, a couple others have chipped in. There's different goal scorers. So am I waffling or am I telling the truth based on what the stats said? We're second for clean sheets. That would show us that we're actually defending well when we haven't. For me, yeah, we've got clean sheets. Credit where it's due. The only game I could say we have defended extremely well is 2 games: the Chelsea draw at Stamford Bridge, because we couldn't come with any foolishness because of the week before that. And Spurs, credit where it's due at home. That's where we've defended rightly. Other than that, we've given away cheap goals and stuff, and it's a miracle how we're pretty high in second. Like I said, second for clean sheets. United are there as well. I believe United are first or something like that. Forgive me if I'm wrong. But they're two sides that United are better defensively than us. But these are two sides in Arsenal and United that give away some cheap goals, especially the latter stages of games. So yeah, man, we actually rank pretty high for big chances missed as well when I was checking the Premier League website, which then shows you we don't take our chances. We're high we rank very highly. I believe we're second between us and City. We rank very highly for passes. I don't believe we're playing as fluid as we have, but because of how we like to play in our footprint in football, we're always going to be high for that. So it's calm. The players have to take 50%, but so does Wenger. Wenger, I'm onto you because you set the tone for the season. We know last year we shot ourselves in the foot away from home, unable to close out games. You set the tone for us. We means to go on. We know the futures of Ox, Alexis, all of these guys should have been sorted. We went into that Liverpool result, got battered, and that set the tone for us dropping more points. You started, if I remember rightly, Coquelin centre half versus City. What are you doing? I won't blame you for the United result. I won't blame you for Southampton. In fact, I will, because you started to read for no reason. I remember the start of the season, whoever it was, I saw Kohler playing centre half. You just need to stop doing this. Where is Chambers and Holding? Stop playing Mertesacker. Stop bringing Mertesacker. I know he's a good voice for the changing rooms, but come on, Monreal, Mertesacker, check. We need to look for a replacement. We need new life in the squad. Mertesacker's probably, I'm on to Mertesacker the most. I believe he's played the worst out of everyone, and I might be exaggerating slightly, but he's played poorly against Watford. He done terrible against Everton. Southampton, I've already said. I'm so sure this guy was playing against City. Forgive me if I'm wrong and I'm just slandering him too much. Definitely played against you. Definitely, yeah, man, you get my point. Definitely, he's just been costing us. Like, it's just wrong. Away form's a problem as well. Away form has been a problem. We're unable to break sides down. We're unable to cope with the hostile mentality and hostile atmosphere that we get with these grounds. Yeah, we beat Burnley, fair play. They made us wait, but we beat them. And yeah, we beat Everton. But if we're honest with ourselves, we should be beating Everton because of the context we played them in. They weren't in the best of form, and there was things surrounding their manager. So we should have won that anyways. So really, it's just one. It's two, but it's just one. We cost ourselves in the foot. Unable to break down hammers. Good on them. They were in good form. Silly points dropped against Watford. Battered against Liverpool in the opening stages of the season. Dropped points against Southampton. Silly games. Silly things, man. Just silly. If you go upon all of them, just silly. Stoke as well. We're dropping dumb points. Just dropping silly points. And that was early in the season. You mean as you start to go on, we ultimately haven't been serious enough. And we're here for a reason. There's no one to blame but ourselves. Yeah, you can say referees, like when Lacazette scored against City, have been against us. But we only have ourselves to blame because United, we turn up like how they started off sharp. We might have got something. Liverpool, if we held on to that win, which we should have, we might have got something. Liverpool, the first game of the season, yeah. All of these games, the reality is, if your side is not top, there's something you could have done better. I know a lot of people on Bull Street and a lot of people in my comments find that hard to understand, but most of you guys are not retarded, and you get that. Like, we need to be able to grind out results in hostile atmospheres. For me, we need to be able to stop giving away cheap goals. We need to be able to hold a lead. Cheap goals like against Liverpool. Firmino, that he shouldn't have scored. We could have closed him down before he had the shot. And check, that's terrible on you. But I'm not just going to dig out check because there were things that happened in the run up to that game. We've scored 9 goals away from home. That's poor when you consider we've conceded 13 as well. And at home, we scored 25, 26. So that shows you there's a problem that maybe our players are happy playing in front of a quiet ground and stuff like that. The silence helps them. I don't know. But to know, all I do know is that 25, 26 at home and 9 away from home. Again, my maths isn't good, but that can't run. Surely that's not positive. Like, surely that just shows you. And when you consider we've got to go to Old Trafford. We've got to go to some hostile places that we can't get that we're going to need to get results from. Southampton, we won their away, but historically we have problems there. And I told you guys this. We should be winning that. For me, you look at this season, you want to beat you. These are the games as an Arsenal fan to be winning the title or have any hope of having a title race. You need to win these games. You need to turn up. Stoke away, Southampton away, Stamford Bridge, United, Wembley's coming, so you've got a chance to turn up there. These are the sort of games that we find tricky. That I want to see us Palace come on Thursday. Remember what happened last year? I want to see a winner against Palace, you know, because that was the darkest day in the season out of all the losses for me between that and West Brom. But yeah, like for me, it's just nonsense. For me, we've not done all right. We've let ourselves down, failing to break sides down, cheap goals, cheap mistakes, and we're 5th for a reason, and we're in some real trouble. I hope to be wrong, hope to be laughing at this video in May, but That's the reality of it, man. We need to learn how to play away from home, learn how to score away from home. We can keep clean sheets better, but we're pretty high for clean sheets. So am I really being fair? We score pretty high I think we got 6 goals from set pieces. That's pretty high as well. Again, this shows you stats are not thinking as well, man. Like, Spurs was our probably most convincing game, even at home, if we're being serious. And in fact, the 5-0 against Huddersfield. But realistically, you expect to win that. So it's the Spurs one. Credit where it's due. We've won our games, yes. But was the 1-0 against Newcastle necessarily fill you with confidence? No. And I'm pretty sure none of the other results do. But yeah, man. Like I said, man, we need to just fix up away form. Cheap mistakes for me is what we need to pattern up. Take our chances, although stats don't really prove it. So yeah, like I said, around New Year's or the end and start of the new year, I will review the actual player individual performances and make a video similar to this if that's what you guys want. But for now, they're just my 2 thoughts, like I said, in regards to our season so far. Guys, Deluded Guna, I'm signing out. Thank you for watching and enjoy your Christmas day. I'm out.